Hey, what's going on everybody? It is Nick here, back with a brand new video. So today we got some exciting stuff to talk about in regards to Hbar. So I bring up this tweet from about 3 days ago. So this is coming from Credible Crypto. If you guys do not follow him, I definitely do advise you to. Shout out to him for sure. He is incredible in terms of just overall updates on Hedera, as well as some other small projects, like for an example, like Stack and stuff. Overall, great chart analysis as well. So definitely check him out if you guys are interested in learning a lot more about charting and stuff like that. But nonetheless, this tweet is regarding the CBDC being built on Hedera for South Korea now. This would be massive. We've been talking about CBDCs for so long. We were talking about it in regards to even XRP, right? But this one's a little bit different because we know overall that Hedera right now is extremely undervalued. There's no question about it. But not only that, we do know that it's more scalable than pretty much anything out there, including MasterCard and Visa. Sorry about that. So, for me personally, I think that this is a no-brainer that CBDCs will be, reaching out to Hedera, in the future as well as even now. But let's jump into this, right? So he says, I'm not typically one for connecting the dots types of speculative conclusions, but in this case, we have some solid facts to work with, which indicate that there is a significant potential for the South Korean CBDC to be built on Hedera. And we see here, just a few days, the Bank of Korea, South Korea's central bank, announced that it will choose a technology supplier to build a pilot platform for digital currency in an effort to get a CBDC up and running in South Korea. And we also see here, now about 2 months ago, we learned that Shinhan Bank partnered with Hedera Governing Council member LG Electronics to create a virtual model of a CBDC issued by a Bank of Korea to test the platform. 1 month later, Shinhan Bank joins the Hedera Governing Council and states that it will also begin building its fintech initiatives on Hedera Hashgraph's public DLT. Now, I do also want to say here, he actually doesn't mention it, or so that I believe, but Shinhan Bank has also partnered with XRP as well. They are a partner with them. So this could also go two different ways here. We could see a South Korean CBDC being built on the XRP ledger, or partnering with XRP overall, or we could see it being built on Hedera. I mean, we don't know right now, but for sure, we could see the possibility of this being true, and the CBDC being built on Hedera. Now, I do believe that there will be projects that are built on Hedera that help scale CBDCs, as well as help kind of prosper the future finance pretty much market as well. But we see here, now ask yourself, if the trial of the CBDC that Shinhan Bank did with LG was not a success, would they decide to intertwine themselves even more with Hedera by joining the governing council just 1 month later? For context, Shinhan Bank is the largest bank in South Korea by assets. They have the pick of the lot with whom they want to work with, and you could bet they can see the advantages of being associated with the CBDC platform that ultimately gets chosen by the Bank of Korea. I think it's fair to say that the largest bank in South Korea would not have aligned themselves with Hedera unless they believe that Hedera is simply the best choice for the South Korean CBDC. In conclusion, after a full CBDC run through and pilot program on Hedera, the largest bank in South Korea has determined that Hedera likely has the best odds of being selected to provide the South Korean government with the CBDC platform that meets their needs. So yeah, I mean, obviously a ton of information here, a lot of things to really think about and overall kind of put into aspect, because I think at some point in time we are going to see a lot more enterprise and institutional money flowing in here, with Hedera being the first of its kind, one of the most secure public networks out there. I think at some point in time, we're going to see, a lot more adoption in place from financial institutions like, banking systems, financial systems as well overall. So I wouldn't be surprised if a South Korean CBDC was building on Hedera, but I wouldn't be surprised if they were building on XRP as well. So we really got to analyze this overall from a visual standpoint and kind of step back and look at the facts. Now, Credible does a great job at really listing these facts, because a lot of this is aligning here for the possibility of the CBDC being built on Hedera overall. Now, of course, if that is the case, I'm 100%, remaining bullish. I mean, I'm still bullish even if this isn't the case, but this would just pretty much push my bullishness above and beyond. But yeah, definitely props to Credible Crypto for finding this and really doing the research. That's incredible. And we actually see here, yeah, so you're forgetting Shinhan is one of Ripple's clients and ran a pilot with Ripple back in 2017. If anything, it looks like Shinhan is working on using both Hbar and XRP. We also see Credible say here, correct, but I don't think that the pilot was specifically for CBDCs like it was in this instance. I am sure both Ripple and Hedera's tech will be used, but I'm inclined to think it will be for different purposes. And I do want to say, yeah, I do think, Hbar will be used as the trust layer overall for these CBDCs. That's where I really say, investing in Hbar and also XRP and kind of stretching your portfolio to them wouldn't be a bad choice, because I think that Hbar overall will be the trust layer that is utilized for these CBDCs as well as kind of the financial system. So you are basically investing in a piece of the future financial system. But XRP itself will also be used for the scalability options as well as the overall, bridge asset to really move CBDCs across the world from one CBDC to another, right? So I think they're both going to be utilized in their own way, and I think that they're both going to be utilized in massive ways as well, to the point where we don't really need to worry about, hey, we're still sitting still. But I want to talk to you guys about the price analysis overall on this. So if we come over here to the chart, I got a few targets set. These are my original targets. I've basically been telling you guys about for a while now. You could tell that we are still down. We hit a pretty much low here at negative 67%, right? Before we came back up and reclaimed a little bit. We're only down about 44%. But you could pretty much almost bet that we're going to pass this all-time high very soon to regain that 44% mark, pump up about 44% to that 45.9 target and breaking that to go into price discovery. But first, I want to talk about a few things, right? So right now, we are still consolidating pretty much in this accumulation zone for 73 days, right? 73 days is massive. So I'm expecting us to have a major pull upward, right? But right now, once this flag is broken, because this is a massive bull flag, right? Because if we look at this on a zoomed out scale, you can see that this is just a massive, one gigantic bull flag overall. Yeah, we got a little bit of a dip here, but for the most part, that dip just kind of came back, let us correct on some support levels to really regain a foundation and prepare for the next run up. So for me personally, we're building that foundation support, which I mentioned in my live stream earlier today that I love that because, I like the slow and steady build instead of just a massive pump up, because the slow and steady build, in my opinion, is better because it adds support layers to the pump where we don't break down, 100%, to pretty much get a pullback that kind of ruins the pump overall. But nonetheless, a few price targets here, right? So first and foremost, I'm looking to break this 30 cent, actually 37 cent mark. So it's not 37, it's 30 and 7, if that makes sense. So it's 30 and a half, give or take. I'm waiting for that to get broken to really, put us into that bullish ascend to the all-time high. But currently right now we're trading in a little bit of chop, right? So we probably trade zigzag in this pretty much zone here. Now if 22.8, or if you want to say 23 cents, is broken and breached, we will go much lower. And you might ask yourself, why is this a target here? So just to give anybody who is new here a little insight here, this is the support level that we reclaimed back here, even here as well on May 12th. And we actually kind of broke down on it on the 13th of May before kind of regaining that, major support level anyways. So that is a support level that we need to watch out for. But we also need to watch out for the support level down here at 18 and almost a half, because if this level is breached, we could see those lower lows again as well. Now, in terms of, this price down here, this is kind of invalidated just because this is from the day of, I would say, reckoning. But for the most part, this target here, this would invalidate a major upside pump. If we break this, then we go ascending pretty much all the way to all-time high to go into price discovery. Now, where are my price targets for this, right? So there's a few price targets, right? Currently right now, if we zoom out a little bit, my first price target is obviously $1. So if we come over here, let me get the horizontal line. So right now, current price target, dollar, right? That's where I'm aiming for, just for our first major target. Now, again, all-time high is initially the main one to be broken currently. After that is broken, though, my first targets are $1, and then after that, we probably will breach to one of these targets down here in the dollar range. So around, $1.25 would be the next target point. Now, once that is cleared, we probably go to about that $1.80 to almost $2, and then once that is cleared, then we could pretty much look for that $3 range to go to those new highs. Now, end goal targets for this bull run, right? So my end goal targets for this bull run are $3 to $6 conservative for anybody who wants a realistic price target. So $3 to $6 conservative. That's pretty much low risk, high reward. I think that those targets are very easily reachable. Now, much long term, which is still by the end of the year, but it's extremely bullish, is $10, right? So that is my main target that I've been telling a lot of people about. That's my initial exit plan, exit strategy overall. That's where I will take a lot of profit, but I will still hold for $20 to $30 because I think that $20 to $30 is still achievable. And a lot of people will argue, yes, market cap. Go ahead, please do. I love when everybody argues market cap. It's, again, one of those things that, I mentioned multiple times that market cap right now in this game is just extremely idiotic to really mention. It is something to take into accountability, but for the most part, right now, we are investing in solid projects. We're not investing in something like Apple that is releasing a device every year and you're kind of wagering on if it is going to be a good release or a good product. We are investing in a solid project that we are looking for innovation and utility, which we are already seeing the utility aspect being brought in for Hedera. We see multiple use cases. We are also seeing massive project adoption, similar to Matic. Before Matic pushed to newer highs up to almost $3, we were seeing pretty much a project update every single day, with almost 7+ partnerships a week. So right now we are still seeing partnerships with Hedera. It's not as frequent as Matic, but overall we are still seeing mass adoption come into play for Hedera. So for me personally, we already have everything that we need for the legitimacy factor to have our price targets range up. But also it kind of defeats the purpose of saying, hey, it can't go to these price targets because of market cap. Because honestly, if we come over here to Livecoin Watch, right? This year alone, Dogecoin was at a massive target of 73.7 in terms of cents, right? And we already know that the circulating supply is 129 billion, right? So 129 billion at that 73-cent mark, I'll just say 73 or 74 actually, we could round it up a little bit, is about a 95.4 billion market cap, right? And currently right now, if we go back here and go down to Hbar, because Hbar is still sitting pretty under 40, but it's whatever, 44. I think that we are easily a top 10. But if we look here and we look at the total circulating supply, which is about, I'm just going to say 8.3 billion because I think it's easier for math. But overall, if we get to that $30 range, yeah, it would be about a 249 billion market cap, but I think that's still easily achievable for something like Hbar that has pure utility and pure use cases behind it. And not only that, but it has a ton of adoption from really good governing council members. So for me personally, $30 is pretty easily achievable for something like Hbar, just because the project is there, the team's there, and everything is pretty much good in terms of the overall tech. Now, if we look at something like even Ethereum at a $318 billion market cap, nobody really complains that, hey, this is a crazy astronomical price point for Ethereum and for what it's used for. But at the end of the day, Ethereum is old and the gas fees are astronomical, and it's just a terrible old, asset that just hasn't scaled with the world that we're in right now. You could argue that Ethereum 2.0 is trying to fix those problems, but me personally, I just don't see Ethereum 2.0 scaling like Hbar is. So me personally, Hbar is doing incredible things compared to Ethereum. So me personally, again, I still see $250 billion being a good market cap for Hedera this year. But nonetheless, let's look at the statistics as well, because we are extremely undervalued with only 257,812 accounts under Hedera. Now, this also includes wallets, contracts, files, topics, etc. So this actually isn't all holders, which is crazy for me personally, because we're still very undervalued in terms of the holders and price, as well as market cap at almost a $2.2 billion market cap. So for me, I think that we could really see this massively push up in terms of price. I think that, you know, that $20 to $30 point is nothing too crazy, especially if we look at the integrations with, you know, the MVC, as well as even, you know, Chainlink and stuff like that. They're doing incredible things, project updates almost daily as well. But for the most part, it's nothing like Maddox partnerships, but it's still good to note that we are still seeing mass adoption coming into play. We are still in this massive consolidation period. If we look at the date to now, it is about a 73 day overall accumulation period that we're still in. Again, I mentioned that we are still in my buy area and accumulation period. Like I said, if we come here and look at the rectangle, me personally, anything under 30 cents is a good buy. So this whole pretty much plan here, or this whole area here, I should say, is an accumulation plan for me. I will continue buying at these levels in here. You know, anywhere between 30 and under, I will pretty much DCA in. You guys do not have to follow me. But for me personally, I just stay accumulating under 30 cents because it just makes sense overall. You know, if I could get 4 for $1, I'll definitely go massively in, which we did see back here. But right now you can't get 4 for $1. It's a little less. It's about 3.6 give or take. But you know, right now I still am very bullish on this project, and those are my price targets overall. But nonetheless, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, please leave a like, subscribe, and turn notifications on. Helps the channel grow, and also you guys get notified whenever I go live or when I upload a video. If you guys do want more free knowledge, you guys can follow me on Twitter at NCashOfficial, or you could join the Discord down in the description below for much more free content and overall help with trading and stuff like that. Again, this is not financial advice, but hey, it is what it is. This has been Nick. I thank you guys for watching. I hope that you have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. Peace out.